Hello, everybody. It's TUNESday. Hope you're doing really well. TUNESday with Mr. Volts. Today, I want to talk to you and teach you about expectation in music. So when we listen to music or when we hear an artist's name, sometimes we will automatically think like that this tune is going to sound a certain way, or it's going to give us some ideas of what we believe it might sound like. So for instance, if I was to tell you the name Tom Petty, it might automatically conjure up some songs and some sounds that you would automatically associate with Tom Petty. Or likewise with Duke Ellington, there's certain kinds of things and sounds that make that artist who they are, their aesthetic, if you will. But sometimes it's just the title of the tune that will make you wonder what it's going to be about and maybe give you some ideas. So the tune we're going to listen to today is called Street Fighter Mas by Kamasi, Washington. And maybe by hearing the term Street Fighter, it automatically conjures up some ideas for you about maybe a violent situation or something going on. But maybe if you're of another generation, you're a little older, it makes you think about something else entirely, and it gives you like automatically like a, hey, this is something that I understand, this is something I know, and I have a feeling I know what this tune is about, right? But then maybe it can change your expectation. So let's listen now. We take a moment to like think about what we might think Street Fighter Mas is about, and then let's hear from Kamasi, Washington.
It's a Capcom game. It was an arcade game, like when I was a kid. I mean, now it's it's on all the consoles, but back in my day, it was an arcade game, and we would go play it at like the liquor store or like the 7-Elevens,
right,
and laundromats.
So I got a 14-year-old kid who is obsessed. He's got an Xbox, and he's on with his friends, and that can't get him off it. So really, for your era, this was you, was it? That you were. Right, going down to the corner store and playing Street Fighter.
Yeah, it was a little different scenario because there was a cap because you had to have quarters. So you either had to be really good or really rich to play all day long.
Okay, so challenger pays, yeah?
Yeah, well it's 25 cents. You lose, you got to put another quarter in there. So it was kind of like,
okay.
There might be a little bit of gambling.
So how good did you get?
I got really good. I mean, well, in my neighborhood, I was definitely like the best. So it was funny, like, I all throughout like my childhood and even like my years in college at UCLA. I mean, like I kept having these situations like in my neighborhood, I was the best, and then when I went to UCLA, I was thinking like, oh man, these like super nerds and stuff like that, they're gonna beat me. And I went to UCLA. And I was like a terror in the dorms. Like I was beating everybody. Nobody wanted to play me in Street Fighter. And then, I kind of fell off of the game a little bit. And then I got back into it when Street Fighter 4 came out. And I scored this documentary with my friend Miles Mosley called I Got Next. And we met this player named Gutex, who's he's in the video. The guy sitting in the back seat.
Okay.
And I thought I was like the greatest Street Fighter player in the world, and I go to Gutex's house and we play, and I won the first match. And I thought, I was like, this is it. I knew it. And then he proceeded to beat me about 35 times in a row.
It's a great story. And it changes your expectation. Now we know it's about a video game, and it was a console video game, one of those big ones that you played, and you had to have quarters to play, 1 quarter per player. Awesome game, and something that really was formative for Kamasi, Washington. Okay, so now we know this is about a video game. But maybe that changes your expectation of what you think the song is going to be as well. I always think that one of the interesting ways to listen to music is to get to know the melodic material really well. And then when you listen to music like jazz or even some classical music, to hear how that composer or improviser is going to develop that and change that melody material. So how they're going to adapt it, how they're going to put their own musical signature upon it. So what I want to do first is listen to just the introduction and the melody here. Okay, we'll pause it right here. This is where the trumpet solo will come in next. So the trumpet player has played the introduction. What a beautiful melody. Tenor, flute, trumpet, and vocal in there, with the rhythm section playing this material. So now they're going to take that same length of material that they played for the melody, and the trumpet player can play it as many times as he wants, but improvising the melody and creating his own tune. So what do you think it's going to sound like? Do you have an idea? Let's listen to a few seconds. If you listen carefully, you can hear the tune underneath it. You can hear what the rhythm section is doing to support him. You can hear how they're encouraging him in some ways. Now, if we move up to 222, we're going to see the flute soloist, right? And here's Kamasi smiling over at the trumpet soloist as he's about to finish his solo. He'll fist bump him, and then it'll change over to the flute solo. So again, the flute player now, maybe that even changes your expectation that there would be a flute soloist on a jazz tune, right? And now we move over to Kamasi himself. He's going to play the longest of all the solos on this version of it, and play quite a lengthy solo, again, here to change it into his own signature. Oh yeah, such a fluid player, such great sounds coming out of that horn. And maybe you've caught on to the rhythm section, how they're supporting him, encouraging him on. Maybe you've caught on in the rhythm section that there's two drummers in this group. Maybe that's something that changes your expectation of what a jazz group should sound like as well. So now we get close to the end here, and you're going to hear, again, that melodic material as the whole thing comes to a close. Kamasi, Washington, Street Fighter Mas. This is a great version that was recorded live on a radio program, KCRW. There's an amazing version of it that's from his album with a great video where you can actually see the video game in the console. It's part of a story. I would encourage you to go check that version out as well. I'll include it in the description down below, as well as links to these solos so you can check them out individually. All right, hope you have a great Tunes Day. Be safe, be healthy, and hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.